Your Mind YouTube channel. I'm Joanna Kleinman, psychotherapist, empowerment coach, best-selling author, and creator of the Mind Method. So it is January 2025. So let's start 2025 with a completely new way of thinking about creating your year. Forget resolutions or chasing goals. Instead, we're diving into a perspective that has the power to change how you see your future and your life. So you might feel excitement or anxiety about what you want this year. Maybe there's something you're longing for and you don't know how to make it happen. But here's a mind-blowing thought. What if the reason you desire it so much is because your future self is already living it? What if that vision isn't just a dream, but it's a calling from the version of you who already knows it's possible? So we are so conditioned to see life as a timeline. 2024 is behind us. 2025 is stretched ahead of us. But think about this. Have you ever actually been to the past or the future? Of course not. They only exist in your mind. The only reality is this moment right now. Yet we filter this moment through the lens of our automatic mind, which keeps us stuck in thoughts of what we lack or what we need to control. So if you really think about it, our life is just the now stretched out. Because the truth is, you can only ever be in this moment right now. This moment doesn't last. It's constantly flowing, but it's always the only moment that we have. But here's the challenge. We filter the now through the limitations of our conditioned automatic mind, right? So your automatic mind keeps you trapped in an illusion by ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. And all the while, you're distracted from the reality that your past and your future don't actually exist anywhere but in your mind. So if we keep looking towards the future to determine how we feel, we're going to stay stuck in this cycle, chasing something that can't be grasped. Because the truth is, the quality of your life isn't determined by trying to force how your future unfolds. It's determined by how you experience each moment that you're in. Now, what shapes that experience? Your thoughts. It's your thoughts that create your reality. If you're thinking, I don't yet have what I need to be happy, you'll create the experience of unhappiness and dissatisfaction. So your automatic mind convinces you that happiness lies in some external strategy, plan, or achievement. Okay, but here's the key. Manifesting the life that you want isn't about creating something out of nothing. That's a lot of pressure. So that belief reinforces the idea that you're lacking and you've got to somehow figure out exactly what to do to get to that future. So instead, it's about aligning your current energy to allow what already exists to come towards you. Now, this is where the mind method comes in. So the first step of the mind method is meet your automatic mind. That's about recognizing that automatic voice. That's the voice of your inner critic. That's the part of your mind that endlessly criticizes and compares and tells you you're not enough. It's the voice that's feeding you the same repetitive thoughts that were shaped by your childhood or our culture and your life experiences. It's also the voice that convinces you that happiness lies somewhere in the future and is dependent on achieving something external. And by the way, when you do achieve that external goal, you get that dopamine hit to your brain, and then your automatic mind needs to find the next achievement or goal that's going to give you the next dopamine hit. But here's the truth. Fulfillment doesn't come from striving. It comes from unhooking from our automatic mind and dropping into our authentic self. That's the part of us that already knows peace, abundance, and joy right now. Now, here's the paradox. Your automatic mind will never stop creating anxiety because it craves predictability and safety and security above all else. But your soul's calling doesn't live in safety. It lives in the unknown, and you can't fulfill your soul's purpose using your automatic mind. It simply isn't capable of leading you there. So the I step of the mind method is to investigate the indication signs. These are the blinking red warning lights that signal that you've been hijacked by your automatic mind. So start by locating the feeling. Where in your body do you feel the part of you that's holding on to a difficult emotion like anger, frustration, jealousy, resentment, rage? Is it in your head? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your throat or your chest? Notice where it is and notice the behaviors that follow these emotions, like overworking or people pleasing or overexercising or other self-destructive behaviors like scrolling social media or overeating or over drinking. So by tuning into your indication signs, you can begin to uncover how your inner critic mind keeps you stuck in the same repetitive thoughts and beliefs and emotions and behaviors over and over and over. So as you're getting more and more familiar with what your inner critic says, how it makes you feel, the behaviors that it continues to perpetuate, the end step of the mind method is to neutralize the never-ending message. So you can say to your inner critic self, I see you are a part of me that feels angry, sad, guilty, jealous, whatever emotion arises. Now, notice how this language shifts your perspective. You're not saying, I'm sad, I'm angry. Instead, you're observing that it's your automatic mind, not your true self, that's experiencing this uncomfortable emotion. So that shift helps you recognize that your inner critic self is not the part of you that defines who you are. When you speak to this part of yourself with compassion, you'll begin to see the never-ending message of fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of wholeness for what it truly is. A repetitive loop fed to you by your automatic mind that's been with you for forever. Now, I know it seems like your current circumstance is the thing that's causing these emotions, but actually, it's your inner critic's automatic thoughts about the circumstance. So when you neutralize its message by speaking to your inner critic with compassion, you create a space between your higher authentic self and your inner critic self. That's how you access your authentic self. That's the part of you that's already calm, already at peace, already has the deeper wisdom to guide you towards what's truly meant for you. Now, here's the game changer. The D step of the mind method is design your life from your future self. So visualize the version of you who already has everything that you desire. Imagine yourself walking towards that future self, merging with their energy, feeling their calm, their confidence. Breathe in their wisdom. Let your future self guide you. Now, this is not just a visualization. This is a way of training your nervous system to embody the reality of your future self now. When you trust this process, you align your energy with what you seek, and like energy attracts like energy. Now, your inner critic will try to convince you that you need to keep controlling and striving and figuring it all out. But true fulfillment isn't about chasing, it's about allowing. So when you unhook from your inner critic and relax into your authentic self, you step into the flow of life. You start to trust that everything meant for you is already on its way, even if you can't yet see how. Think about the parts of your life now that used to be dreams. Maybe it was your career, your relationships, being a parent. Those things didn't happen just because of strategy. They unfolded through synchronicities and alignment. So, how do you start? Drop your awareness from your head to your heart. Your heart is where your authentic self resides. And your heart is the portal to your deepest wisdom. So keep connecting to this part of yourself, especially when your inner critic shows up. Speak to your inner critic with compassion. I see you're scared or worried, and that's okay. And you stay with that emotion like you'd comfort a child. So this practice creates a gap, a space between you and your inner critic, allowing you to respond from your authentic self instead of reacting from your inner critic's fear. And when you align with your authentic self, you don't just change how you feel, you begin to rearrange reality. So, opportunities, relationships, and experiences that match your energy start to flow into your life almost effortlessly. So, it's not about controlling how life unfolds, it's about trusting the process. So as you step into 2025, remember, you don't need to chase or force anything. Your future self is already calling you forward, guiding you towards a life of profound fulfillment, peace, and joy. And you are braver, stronger, and smarter than you think. Everything you need is already within you. So let go, trust, and allow the magic to unfold. You've got this, and everything meant for you is already on its way. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts.